Oh, look at that. Didn't hit that mute button. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rewind. Woo, man, what a hectic day today. This is the Retro Video Game Show coming to you live every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on the AWS for Games channels on YouTube and Twitch. Hey, I know you're asked it all the time. Please go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button. It does help the channel out. And hit the alert button if you want to know when we go live with content, which, you know, I'm hoping for the back half of this year, start to do more live content, right, across a more diverse range of topics. So anyway, my name is Chris Melissinos. I'm the principal evangelist for video games here at AWS. And we're going to keep this a pretty easygoing episode again here. I am just going to continue the love for Llamasoft that we started last week, looking at the Llamasoft, the Jeff Minter story. A wonderful compilation, the Gold Master series, actually, done by the wizards over there at Digital Eclipse, now part of Atari. And I figured, you know, look, it stopped right around the Tetris 2000. My goodness, excuse me. Like I said, it's been a long day already. Around Tempest 2000. So he had a string of games that came out afterwards, a couple of which were remakes of games he had done earlier on. And I figured, hey, I've already had them in the Steam library. Let's go ahead and just spend some time kicking back and playing some of those games. So that's what we're going to do today on Rewind. There isn't a history lesson behind this stuff. We're just going to talk through, and I'm going to play through some of his older games, or rather his newer games, specifically Moose Life, Minotaur Arcade Volume 1, Polybius, which we'll talk about that and why it's even called Polybius, or Polybius, however you want to say that name, Space Giraffe, Gridrunner Revolution, and if we can get it to work, Tempest 4000. The problem that I found with that build of the game was it doesn't let me put it into windowed mode, which means it's difficult to go ahead and capture and put out here in a live stream. But having said all of that, let's head on over to the 8-Bit Living Room. Let's go check out some of the amazing games of Jeff Minter, the mighty Yak, and all of his llama and bovine-based games. All right, off to the living room. Oh, and here we are. Look at that. I figured, hey, you know, if we're going to play some of Jeff's psychedelic games, I may as well go ahead and have a nice, wonderful, trippy background here on the TV over there. So the first game that we're going to go ahead and fire up, and we're going to go ahead and reduce that music there. And all right, so the first game that I'm going to go ahead and fire up is Polybius. Now, Polybius, for those of you that don't know, Polybius, there is some lore in the games community. Let me go and get the right settings here. I think it's this one. And we'll start that up. Okay, so there was a game that was supposed to have come out by the CIA, right? Or some other government agency back in the 1980s called Polybius or Polybius, however you want to, like I said, pronounce it. And what it was supposed to do was it was supposed to be a game that was about mind control, and it was the government experimenting on people, and apparently went into this one arcade and people started playing the game and they kind of lost their minds a little bit and they didn't know where they were, and there was all this crazy stuff that came out about the game. And then there was supposed to be like a camera in the marquee that filmed you, and at night the Men in Black came to pick up the Polybius machine and take it away, and it was never seen again. And this is lore that has been around the games industry for a very long time. So Jeff decided to name his game Polybius. So we actually now have a game named after this fictitious one. So we're going to go ahead and jump in and play. And you'll see a lot of these follow the same type of design ideas or aesthetics of super trippy, super fast, lots of powerful music behind it. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, classic. Let's see, no shield increase. Soundtrack too, it's just awesome. I'm going to be quiet for a second so I can check the meters here. Maybe turn that down a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of Polybius here. Oh, now what's really cool, familiarize yourself with the ship and the environment. So, you know, as I said in the description, all right, you need to go through these gates here. And it uses a lot of those same sounds that we hear in the Tempest games and those sorts of things. What's really cool, though, a lot of Llamasoft's games, you can play in VR. So when you play this one in VR, you are skirting right along that ground there in this ridiculously, blisteringly fast game that really does tax your reflexes. But yeah, let's make our way through some of this. So you have to basically get through all of those. Oh no, one shield left. Shoot. Let's see. And I think, yeah, the more you go through, the faster you pick up. And then those, oh, my shields are gone. And those balls are basically the track that you're supposed to try to stick to, but it's damn near impossible to do that here. What I love too is it didn't require, you know, really render crushing graphics to make this game desirable and make this game, again, super exciting and fun. He's using very simple geometry to do that. It's all about design and balance. And oh, game over. And of course we get Yak up there. All right, let's go ahead and jump in and play it again. And that's going to be, you're going to see me, I think, go through multiple times. Do you ever play any of these games that that Jeff created? Let's see. Allows restart best. Yeah, let's see. All right, use directional buttons. All right, we're just going to start here. Shields 3. Do what comes naturally. I love that too. Here we go. Yeah, today was a really hectic day getting ready for the show. I wound up I do 2 live shows every Friday. One that we just do right now is just kind of an open discussion kind of live stream on LinkedIn called Boss Rush. And I'm joined by industry colleagues and friends, Dean Takahashi, Susan Cummings, and Mark Delora, and we break down video game news of the week every Friday. We're actually going to be looking at more capable platform in which to host this. Maybe we'll be bringing it to... Oh man, listen to that audio. Maybe we'll be bringing it to Twitch or YouTube. Don't know yet, but we're working towards that. And then I also happen to sit on the advisory board for Purdue University for their Polytechnic group. And we had our quarterly advisory board meeting. And so with all that going on and then preparing for the show this morning and rushing in and having to go pick up my car because it was being inspected. So literally I've been talking since about 7 o'clock this morning. So if I ramble a bit more today than normal, of course I always ramble, now you know why. So, all right, here we go. Here we go. I was not fully ready to deal with the mighty Yak and Polybius. All right, so I was just mentioning, you know, when you play this in VR, oh my gosh, man, it is just, if you get motion sickness, let's do pure. We're going to start back at 1. Start back at 1 and head on over there. All right, let's see. Turn that volume up a little bit because we want to hear the music, which is so good. Divergent shooting. All right, just stay in the middle and you should be able to hit most of them. My problem is, yeah, you fly through the gates for boost, but my problem is that I want to fly through all the gates and then, you know, because I suck at it. Sometimes I miss them and then, you know, put myself in a bad position here. All right, let's see. But yeah, again, you know, this is when you focus not just on you don't focus on the fidelity of the graphics, you focus on the amount of things, the cacophony that he has going on in his games. That's what makes Jeff Minter's games so desirable. It has a really good just one more time loop. You know, you always want to get in and play just one more time. Let me see. Does the buttons do anything? No, I think it is just hold and fire and move left to right, and that's pretty. VR is so much fun for this game, and it looks awesome. It looks really, really awesome. You know, but then it gives me that throwback. And hey, thanks for showing up for first time chat. The thing is, man, it gives off like definitely those early like hackers vibes. I was looking at a meme popped up today, rather, that was about hackers and how, yeah, from 1996 or whenever it came out to today, it's still terribly awesome. By the way, does the audio mix sound okay, or is the music or the game audio too loud? If you could let me know in the chat, that would be great. I just turned the volume of the game down a little bit there. Okay, yeah. All right, sounds good to you. Great, thank you. All right, so what are we doing here? Okay, now we're in this tube shooter, right? We played through part of Tempest 2K last week, which was a ton of fun. And one of the best tube shooter games. But there was a game that came out during the PlayStation 1 era called Nitrous Oxide, N2O. And what was made that game so amazing, not only the trippy visuals and everything else, but the entire soundtrack was done by the Crystal Method. Oh man, I mean, what an incredible pairing. That is absolutely amazing soundtrack. And a really good game. I do believe that there's a version of it on Steam for like $8 or something like that. So definitely worth a pickup if you like these types of tube shooters. Okay, so light purple are destructible. The dark blues are not. So good to know. All right, here we go. So we can get into there. The gate. Oh, shield's gone. Shoot. All right, here we go. That one's down. This one's down. That one's down. Oh, just picking up all those pickups there. So getting a little cocky now. Oh! Yeah, this game in VR is pretty awesome. If you don't like flashing lights, which is, you know, oh, unstoppable. You see how he said bull, B-U-L-L, because, you know, again, bovines and llamas and all that stuff. Jadera, have you ever played any of Jeff Minter's games before? Let me know. And if you have, which ones have you played? Yeah, his stuff can be a bit crazy, but it's definitely a ton of fun. Definitely fun. All right, then we'll go through one more here, one more level, and then we'll move on to a second Minter game. All right. What I love are the soundtracks that he makes to go along with this stuff. You know, it's not just the game, it's the right music too. And what's really, it's just awesome is, you know, if you look at where he lives in England, you know, he lives in, you know, a quiet countryside surrounded by, you know, farm animals and stuff like that. Not inside of a major city with, you know, a place where you would expect this kind of cacophony to go well with that environment. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Shoot, 2 left. Here we go. Dropping those down. Oh, man, what a day today. Definitely needed a little bit of this. A little Minter time here. It's nice just to unplug for a minute, right? Well, not really, because we're on a live stream here, so there's no rest for the weary. But we'll get through. We'll get through. Oh, here we go. Lovely. Yes, so good. Okay, that sound right there, that sound was a Robotron 2084 sound. I believe when you get an extra life, that is what you heard there, that wah, 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 wah. So I wonder if he licensed that or not. Yeah, if you are interested in Jeff Minter and who he is, yeah, that sound right there, that is definitely the Robotron 2084 Extra Life sound. Oh, I need to pause for a second. Grab some tea there. Robotron 2084 is my favorite game of all time, right? So those sounds locked there in the brain pan. So, all right, irresistible bonus. Here we go. Mr. Minter, why do you create such awesomely delectable, psychedelic, trippy games? So many things to see and do in the tube hole. That, you heard it here. That is the official name of the track that you're on, the tube hole. You had this dystopian nightmare future. So good. Accuracy is 48%. Yeah, I'm not going for accuracy, buddy. I'm going for survival. What is accurate is that I'm going to be able to survive longer by not taking risks like that. Like almost going for those horns on the top of the tube hole, as Jeff calls it. The other thing about, you know, these games, these tube type of games, using a traditional, you know, gamepad or using the keyboard, right, is they were really designed for spinners, for using, you know, a spinner on on arcade control board, because you kind of get disoriented a little bit once you get to the top of the tube and you're basically, you know, you're upside down. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Was I supposed to go left or right now? Because now your orientation is reversed. It's kind of like flying a drone, or if you raced RC cars. Oh my God. Let's see. While talking, here we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, I can't believe I broke that streak. All right, let's see if we can get it going again. It really is disorienting, but a ton of fun to play. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, if you've not played Jeff's collection, go check out the Jeff Minter collection, or the Jeff Minter story on Steam by the folks over at Digital Eclipse, now Atari. Oh, those are my sound effects, not the games. Anyway, yeah, you can go ahead and play through his entire career and understand how, you know, he developed these games. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so cool. So cool. All right, so we've got 3 different variants now. I've only played the game a little bit. I never really, I didn't sink into it. I figured I'd wait. But here we had flat plane, then we had the outside in, and now or the inside tube, and now we're riding along the top of the tube, which is really cool because the enemies are hidden from us, which means if we keep spinning like this, oh, yeah, exactly. Nope, that wasn't the right move, but yeah. Oh my goodness, that one is really good. All right, that is Polybius, however you want to pronounce it. Again, not the game that was rumored to have been created by the government for nefarious purposes. It was just the name of Jeff's amazingly trippy-ass game. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump over to the next one. This is one I've not played before, so we're going to discover it together. This is Moose Life. Let's go ahead and start this and figure out what we need to do in Moose Life. All right. We got some trippy bitness happening on here. Let's see. Okay. Like I said, I've never played this game before, so we're going to explore together. Here we go. Let's see. What's it? With the Super Moose Shooter with the aroma of a moose. Okay. Let's see. Surface tension. The attention to that old aesthetic, right? Or I should say that classic aesthetic of the font type, the color cycling, all those things. Really awesome. Let's see, pure. What is it? Okay, free ride is just no unlimited lives, 3 lives, 9 lives. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Shoot enemies before they shoot you. Okay, yeah, again. Oh my gosh, all of those old Williams arcade sounds. Amazing. Now you can see, you know, let's see, what's the jump button here? Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you can basically flip on top. So this is a theme through a lot of Jeff's games. His older games, he had a couple of games where you could go ahead and you actually operated multiple... You operated multiple ships on different planes, so you would have to move from one side of the board to the other, or operate, you know, a ship that was on a left border and then one on a right border. Oh, I'm sorry, a left border and like a bottom border. So, you know, there are just a few kind of core mechanics and aesthetic that he really adheres to for his games, which I love, right? Because it's just different variants on the same type of thing that you already like. But I mean, yeah, listening to those sounds just filled with nostalgia. Oh, shoot, I missed that one. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got a double moose. Heck yeah. Life is always better with the double moose. Enemies will mutate into less forms. Here's the problem. Can you really keep track of who the enemies are or not? Like right now, I'm just hammering that fire button and just trying to avoid what I think are obstacles and shoot what I think are enemies, right? Those screams too. I remember there was, I think it was in his light synthesizer that he had done for the Xbox 360 when it launched. Or no, it was a game actually. Why am I blanking on the game right now? Anyway, where one of the levels had Jay Allard's head that made its way into like the background there. Jay Allard, one of the main executives on the launch of the Xbox 360. So, you know. Oh, what is that? Oh, here we go. Purple moose mode. Living that moose life. Look at this. Here we go. Oh, I see. I just forget that in this I could just flip up to the top and avoid all of that damage down there at the bottom. I love this font too, by the way. I use very similar font sometimes for internal presentations when I want to go and really invoke that classic aesthetic. You know, let's go ahead and see. Let's change it to, let's see, music, Moose by Gribbles, whoever that is. Good job, Moose. Oh, there you go. There's your top leaderboard, your scores there. I had 103,000, and the top scores are over 7 million. So, yeah, a little ways to go there. All right, let's see. No, I don't want that. I don't want these tables. What I want is to go back to the beginning. See, any button for the title menu, it said. All right, here we go. Let's select free ride. Oh, shoot. I think I just used a smart bomb. Okay, so we have smart bombs here. Free ride. Let's see how long we can suffer this on free ride here. Super trippy. I had to make sure that right outside of our window, which is... it's lovely Mario themed. Not really, but lovely. Yeah, I guess inspired environment. What a lovely day out today. But I had to make sure that I didn't have something, super trippy, especially if we were going to be playing Jeff Minter games. So I had to adjust the art in the room here to make way for Mr. Minter's art. There we go, purple moose mode. You know what the weird thing? So the weird thing about these types of games, I mean, it looks really, again, cacophonous, but after a while, you start to understand, what you can hit, what you shouldn't hit, right? It's a really weird thing. Your brain starts to basically create those patterns and figure out how to parse all of this data. So even though it looks crazy to begin with, which it is for sure, you do start to adjust for it. This is very much, again, I think maybe one of the reasons I like Jeff Minter's games so much is because, like I said, Robotron is my favorite game of all time, and that has a very similar aesthetic. Apparently, I needed to avoid that bomb. Right? Oh, and they're indestructible, too. I do love the fact you can flip upside down. That is really cool. Purple moose mode. Get the sheepies. Oh, is that what those are? Okay. Yeah, you can hear. So you have a little bit of a collectathon in there, too. Let's get away from all of those indestruct ones. Oh, Vampire Survivors. Yes. Oh, we were just talking about this actually in a board meeting that I had. Oh, no. I'm sorry. We were talking about it on Boss Rush this morning. Vampire Survivors. Yes. I mean, you just get into that flow. And I mean, there are some days, right, where you're playing it and you're like, why am I just blowing it today? Why am I just doing terribly? And then you play other days and everything just clicks. Like your level up progression is right. You're choosing the right path, right? You get into that flow state. Your friend started watching you play and couldn't believe I was able to see what was going on. Right. Yeah, exactly. And so this is very much the same type of, well, it's called flow, right? Flow phenomenon. And that's what Genova Chen's original game Flow was about, was kind of hitting that flow state. But when you get into, oh, look, yeah, see, I'm sorry, excuse me. That is straight up Robotron right there. Oh, so good. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I also kind of experienced that same thing when I am playing Beat Saber. So what you find if you play competitively, you play enough, like I have and do, you don't start to see, you start to not see the individual blocks. You start seeing patterns. So you're like, oh, these 4 blocks coming here at me. If that just is a circle from top left to bottom right. Or that's a zigzag from bottom left to right to left. So you do start to group those things, and that's what makes you a proficient player, is the ability to kind of get into those flow states and do that. Let me see. Do I have a smart bomb here? No. Let's see. Smart bomb pill. Where are you at? Yeah. See. Although right now, like, okay, what are you supposed to do there? But yeah, so Beat Saber's the same thing. You just, again, you start recognizing groups of objects as a single object. It's the same sort of thing here. All right, so this is Moose Life, another take on Jeff's gameplay aesthetic and style. My gosh, man, the sound effects are blowing out my mic here. Turn that down a little bit. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. Yeah, but look, I mean, if you like these types of games, you even want to, experiment playing around with it, get one of Jeff's games like this. Shut off the lights. Make sure you're pumping it through a great sound bar or stereo system in the room, and just turn it up, or put on a really good set of headphones, and off you go, because It is very trance-like, you know, once you get into it. Man, look at that. All right, that is Moose Life. That is Moose Life. All right, we're going to move on to another of Jeff's games. Now, this one, I think, is just a compilation. This one is called the Minotaur Arcade Volume 1. So we're going to go ahead and jump into that there. Let me see here. Let me get the right settings for this. I believe it is this one here. Let's go ahead and drop in. Again, this one also available to play on VR. So you have a VR headset and you get this game. There you go. All right. So this is basically a collection of two of Jeff's games, Gridrunner and Goat Up. So let's see. Gridrunner. Spaceship auto fire. Shoot everything you see. Collect falling power-ups. Survive as long as you can. Press Y for pause. Let's see. Goat Up. Use stick or keyboard left and right to move. Press X to jump. Hold longer for higher jumps. Do not fall down. Kiss Billy Goat to have babies. They help you. All right. Oh, and that explosion of the color in the middle, that is definitely a Williams Electronics throwback there. So, man, I love that. All right, let's go play Gridrunner first. Let's go. Lamco instead of Namco. And yes, it is curved. The screen is curved like that in the game. So, oh, look at that. Another tube shooter here. Here we go. Yeah, this is straight up Gridrunner. So this is what I was talking about before. So in this game here, you have a ship at the top and the bottom that go ahead and put out those beams. And wherever the two beams meet, creates a smart bomb, basically, that comes to get you. So this is a mix of, like, Centipede and Space Invaders and all that stuff. So, yeah, so you can see a ship at the top and a ship on the left. So at the top is going to... Man, if I can stay alive long enough. Level completed. So the ship at the top, you can see there, it's going to fire up that trail of spikes, right? The ship on the left just shoots a projectile at you. Oh, shoot. Now I've got four-way shooting here. All right, that's good. Oh, man, but I can't touch anything. All right, let's do it again. Let's get in pure. Start at level 1. Back in the day. Let's see. Will that change that? Let's see. Down toggles endurance. Okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Here we go. I just realized there's no soundtrack in this game. But there wasn't a soundtrack in the original either, right? So maybe he's doing it to remain pure to the game. Now, one of the things you would expect, because it's on a grid, is that you would lock or snap to the grid. You do, but you float pretty seamlessly in between the lines instead of just jumping, right? Hopping from grid point to grid point, which can be a bit disorienting. Let's see. Was that level cleared? That was level completed there. Here we go. Oh, I just noticed, too, on the enemies there, that is British flag, right? Range jack. I don't know what all of those different power-ups do, but I'm sure it's telling me at the top. Okay, this is the endurance run. Oh, my God. What were these games originally on? So original platforms for Jeff Minter's earliest games were the Spectrum, the Commodore VIC-20, and the Commodore 64. Eventually, it made its way onto other platforms, like, I believe, Amiga, Atari platforms. Then he created games where I think people really got reintroduced to Jeff was during the era of Atari Jaguar, is when he created Tempest 2000, which was the best version of Tempest ever made. And again, that's where people kind of discovered his brilliance. And then he was also doing these games. He would re-release them with, upgrades and, graphical enhancements and gameplay enhancements on iOS and Android devices as well. And then, of course, all these are being played on a Windows desktop. And his stuff is also available in console compilations and things like that. So Jeff has spent a lot of time working on a wide variety of platforms. But the OG ones, Commodore VIC-20 and the Spectrum, that's the OG platform. That's where I first got to know Jeff's, content. Gridrunner and Annihilator, which was... So Gridrunner was, of course, this one. And Annihilator was a clone of Defender in the arcade. So you can tell he also has a real soft spot for the Williams arcade type of games. All right, here we go. We'll do one more of these, and then we'll jump over into the next one, which I hadn't played before. My goodness, man, that spike, it's crazy. Because you're watching like 15 things at the same time. You're watching everything going on screen. Then you have to look at the ship at the top and kind of figure out when it's going to fire. So you have to avoid it. You have to try to clear these out. You have to clear out all the centipedes, right? I mean... Oh, look at that. Yeah, but there's something so awesome and visceral about... that spray of bullets that are coming out. So Jeff Minter's games were never in the arcade. They were always home game affairs. But this would have been right at home in an arcade. For sure. I mean, this one is a quarter eater for sure. 100%. Although, see, now I've got a little bit of flow going there. I still have 2 lives left. Oh, damn. It's a spike wall. Yeah, like I said, I don't think we're going to be able to play Tempest 4K because it only works... And I saw that and I just flew directly into it, right? That was all on me. For sure. Okay, let me see. Press Y for game select. There we go. All right, that white grid that you saw... That's typically what arcade games would do to line up the gun, right, in a CRT. And you see that in emulation software like MAME and things like that, which is pretty fun. All right, let's see. All right, so this is Goat Up. We'll put a little music on in the background here. How about that? Why not try Polybius? In or out of VR, it is lovely. You can have a lot of thrill. We did have a lot of thrill, Jeff. Super Goat platformer with the horns of a goat. All right. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I already died there. All right, let's try it again. Yeah, it's like those tower climber games that we used to see back in the early Java days and mobile days. Well, clearly Jeff was doing this well before any of those platforms existed, so... What a cool way to go ahead and build a 3D environment too, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I need to get the other goats because that's the way you get more kids. But not the snail. We don't want that snail. Let's go find some goaties. Found 4 of 40. Oh, well, that's not good. I bopped the ox. Oh, it's an ox. Of course it is. Of course it would be an ox. There we go. Oh, lost a kid. Oh, that's a Spectrum right there. That's very cool that was in there. Oh! Oh, I do like this. Okay, all right. Now we got it going on. All right, let's see. So we have to get all of those kids. This ham sandwich, I didn't see it. This ham sandwich is what? Let's see, ham sandwich is something. Yes, ham sandwich is something for sure. Found 1 of 40. So the music right now that I always use is by Waterflame, this incredible chiptune artist, and I think it goes along perfectly. Oh, so I hit him off screen? Shoot. No. Okay, we saved that then. Okay, come on. All right, we got to do this one more time. I got to get more than just one or two goats there. Okay, there. Oh, I don't like that when you're jumping too high off the screen, you can't see enemies there. That feels a bit cheap to me. Yeah, see? Cheap, cheap, cheap. All right, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Here we go. And off we go. Let's go. I love that, you know, the way he describes it is you need... Oh, come on. Okay, so we know that that one's there. One more time, one more time. Then we're going to move on to his next game. Grass zone. Okay, don't do it again. Here we go. Here we go. Keep getting sandwiches. The ZX Spectrum was named after this thing. Yes, it was a rainbow. Because the spectrum of color. Oh, look at that. Saved right at the bottom. Those are skills to pay bills. For sure. But now they're not. Oh, my God. Okay. That's Goat Up. Really very lovely little platform. I'm going to have some fun playing around with that, I think. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into... Did we do Space Giraffe? No, we haven't done Space Giraffe. All right. We got two more to go. Two more to go. This is Space Giraffe. This one's going to look really familiar. If you're a fan of Tempest, this will look very familiar. In fact, this is the game that had Jay Allard's face on it. That is right. Now I remember. Let's go ahead and get it. Choose mode. Here we go. Yes. Look at that. Okay, now this one is, so this has a little bit of a different, strategy to it. So there's this energy zone that you want to keep as far back as you can, right? By basically blasting enemies. You don't want that energy zone to get all the way up there. And then what'll happen is enemies will make their way to the top and you can slam them left to right to go ahead and knock them off the grid there. But it's a little different than the Tempest games. Yeah, and apparently I'm just meh, according to Jeff here. All right, so now let me see. What are the buttons here? Let's see. Push, bull, attack. So you want to I think you want to let some of them get to the top there. Let's grab that power up pod, get. Yeah, there is one level I think Jay Allard's face actually shows up. And this. Yeah. Yes. 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 You success! A winner is you, but our giraffe is in another castle. You are a bit rubbish. So I do love that the game insults you when you finish a level there. All right, we want to go ahead and clear those out. The sound effects, though, are just crazy. Pod get. See, what do I have here? Yes, it does make me want to prove it wrong for sure. Oh, get out of the way. Gosh, smashing, neat. Credits you such winners, you are drafts in another castle, you are unambitious. It's just insulting. You're right. You do want to prove it wrong. What do you mean unambitious? I made it to your level 4. Out for pasture. Yeah, this one is one of the more obtuse games, I think. And if that's even right, because some of the stuff can be a bit difficult to discern how to play them correctly. But this one I think is probably the biggest break. Yeah, ringed your bell. Or rang your bell. That's what that was. Very cute, very clever. So yeah, this one is not as straightforward as the other games that he's done are. Giraffe, fantastic. Like, what's with the sound effect? Sneezing and... Just this one is just really, really wacky. You are unambitious, yes. Pod diligence bonus is 0. All right, I think we're going to have to stop this one and get on to the last one before we get out of here for the weekend. Should be a lovely weekend here, out here on the East Coast. And I'm going to go up there. Yeah, I had my bell rung again. Oh, look at that. Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to have to spend some time with Inter stuff. Yeah, okay. Bell ringing again. All right, that was Space Giraffe. Weird, of course. And still awesome, though. Still awesome. All right, let's exit that game. Let's exit out of there. And let's get on to the very last one, which is Gridrunner Revolution. So yeah, this I imagine is going to be a bit of the same as we saw before. Now I wish I could have played... Oh, it's initialized the graphics, so please wait a little. Oh, dun dun. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and let's see the jukebox there. That one is chicken flavor. Oh, we can select different backgrounds too. Okay, that's pretty cool. I think I just like that first one there. All right. And let's go ahead and jump in. Introducing Sheepentology. Difficulty Korma. Choose a sheep to select level and difficulty. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Collect sheep to increase power up and range. Yeah. See, and shmups are my favorite category of games. I love shoot 'em up games, so all of his stuff just plays right into my wheelhouse, right? It's the type of game, the type of music, the type of aesthetic, the era in which these are done. Plus, I played a lot of these. Well, not a lot of these. I played his earlier games when I was growing up. So for me, this is just like the perfect cocktail of game and nostalgia and awesomeness. I am a sheep. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, just amazing looking. Yeah, but yeah, I should have put in there too that if you are, well, the flashing lights are kept to a minimum here because we have other things here in the 8-bit room. A pretty curves to increase the bonus multiplier. Oh, I see. Cranky sheepy. First console was the PS2, so you haven't played these style of games too much. Listen, I'm telling you, and I've owned, and I do own, thousands of games, right? So you played Galaga. These types of games are probably the best game to dollar value of almost any genre because they are just infinitely replayable. You can always just increase the difficulty level to get them going. They're perfect for, I've got 20 minutes and I just want to jump in and get a good game fix. Boom, Jeff Minter games, right? Or shoot 'em up games. Everything from Donpachi to, oh my goodness, Lords of Thunder, you know. My favorite, probably 80s to 90s era shoot 'em up is Raiden. Great arcade game, great home versions too on the Jaguar, on PlayStation 1, mobile as well, actually. So yeah, but for, again, gaming value per dollar, this is where it's at. Just like Vampire Survivor, right? Great value for it, but yeah. So again, you know, you can see, look, these are his later games, but they all still follow the same design aesthetic, the same audio aesthetic that he developed kind of over the course of his game catalog. And I love that, you know, oh, you just saw, that was the Tempest ship that I had transformed into. So, but again, what I love is that we still have the ability, even with the big AAA games today, for these types of games to find a toehold in the market, to build a big fan base against. Oh my God, that feels so good. Yeah, just amazing. Just really, really cool. Oh, he did get me. We're just gonna play this out to the end of this one. In Korma difficulty, open the black hole to stop sunshots. So I think, yeah, so, oh, shoot. Yeah, so I need to basically kill the sun there. All right. Yep, got a 1-up. But listen, here's the other thing too, right? How many games do you know have this much nuanced layering of audio and visuals? Not a lot. I mean, there's a lot going on here to occupy your brain. And being somebody with ADHD, this is like the perfect medicine, right? Because you just have to concentrate on 55 things happening all at the same time to make your way through the levels. I love it. I love it. Damn, I'm so glad that I decided to do this today for an episode and just play through some of his newer stuff, because I know what I'm going to be doing this weekend. Oh, shoot. If you fail to rescue a sheep, all the flowers explode. Come on. Oh, no. See, I went in for it. Yeah, how do I... Okay, did I just get a sheep? No? Wow, look at that. Can't beat him there. Okay, score bonus points by feeding flowers into an open black hole. Okay, let's figure out how we do that. Let's see. Come on. Oh, I guess you have to shoot them enough to knock them into it. Yeah, that's probably it. Uh-oh, something's going down. In fact, one of the games I started playing, I was up super early this morning, and I was looking through the catalog and saying, okay, you know, what are we going to go ahead and play? And I looked up, oh my goodness, what is the name of the game again? I'm blanking on it. Like I said, it's been a long day already. Oh, you know what? I moved my mouse to go look around. Blood Dragon. Far Cry Blood Dragon. What a great game that is, too. Really just awesome, tongue-in-cheek, 80s kind of synthwave styled shooter that they did. Really comical, good sense of humor. Some of the jokes don't land correctly anymore, but as a product of its time, man, that was a great game and still a fun play today, right? Good level design, really good character design. Definitely go ahead and check that out. But it has, again, the same type of vibe, right? Oh, and that is the last ship there. Oh, there was my score. Okay, there we are. That's right. that was my score. Oh, look, I had already used that before as well. Let's listen to let's hear what's on the jukebox here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get a radio play. Mega Signalizer. Working the brain. Yeah, definitely do check it out. Oh, here we go. Forsberg loves the acid. All right, Jeff, let's go ahead and do that. Play through just a little bit more. Let's get all the way back up here to... Oh, that's the last level. Oh, I see. You can go up to the levels that you stopped at. I think he said Flossie. And Flossie is the name of one of his sheep.
Oops, loser.
Loser. But I needed some lights here. Are all these Jeff Minter games available together, or did you buy them separately? I bought them all separately. But I do believe that they're right now on Steam. They have some packages like the Atari package or things that where you can get multiple at a discount. But they're really inexpensive. I think this one was probably $6, right? So when we talk about value for gaming buck, this is where it's at. Yeah, these are not, you know, $40, $30, or even $20 games. These games are all priced to move and priced for you to be able to build the whole collection of the Minter games. The only one that was $40 was the new Jeff Minter story, right, which was done by Digital Eclipse. But that's not a video game. That is an entire museum piece. It is stunning. It has a ton of video in there with him. It has a bunch of artwork and stories about his life and growing up and programming games. So definitely worth checking out if you're really interested in hearing about, you know, an incredible, inspired game designer like Jeff Minter. So there you go. Those are some of Jeff Minter's newest games, right? Games that are now you know, available here in past the Tempest 2000 era of games, right? But again, it leans into the aesthetics, the music, the type of gameplay that he loves. So it's really a throwback to the things that he's always done. Absolutely love them. If you were a fan of classic arcade adrenaline pump sort of experiences, you cannot go wrong getting a Jeff Minter game. And that will go ahead and take us to the end of this episode. And remember, if you are a video game developer or designer of any size, from AAA to indies, make sure you head on over to aws.amazon.com/game tech to discover the products, solutions, and services that we offer to help you on your cloud game development journey. And if you're a beginner looking for a clear starting point to help you build a career or learn to produce games in the AWS cloud, we recommend you start with an AWS learning plan. This set of on-demand courses will increase your knowledge of game servers and game analytics, my goodness, and help grow your technical skills to solve real-world game development, compute, and analytics problems. And you can demonstrate your knowledge to the world by earning digital badges. Head on over to aws.training/gametech to start your AWS for Games learning plan today. And I want to give a special shout out and thank you, as always, to our friend Waterflame for allowing us to use his music here on Rewind. Make sure you head on over to his YouTube channel at Waterflame Music to check out his incredible work. And lastly, if you care about preserving the history of video games as much as I do, make sure you head on over to the Video Game History Foundation's website at gamehistory.org. They're doing incredible work to preserve the history of our industry for future generations. And I want to thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with me. Go pick up a couple of Jeff Minter titles and get that trippy game vibe going. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next week on Rewind.